Deep within the dense, ancient forest stood an ominous mansion known as Blackwood Manor. The locals avoided the area, believing it to be cursed by an unspeakable evil that had haunted the place for generations. But, as with all forbidden places, the allure of its dark secrets was irresistible to some. A group of adventurous teenagers, led by the bold and headstrong Sarah, decided to spend a night inside the foreboding mansion. The stories of its tragic history only fueled their excitement. Ignoring the warning signs, they crossed the threshold into the realm of the unknown. As they explored the grand hallways, the air turned thick and suffocating. Shadows seemed to dance and twist, whispering secrets of forgotten horrors. Strange noises echoed through the mansion, footsteps in distant rooms, eerie laughter, and chilling cries. Despite the chilling atmosphere, Sarah and her friends laughed off their unease, trying to convince themselves that the tales were mere fiction. But when they reached the decaying library, a strange book caught Sarah's eye. Its leather cover was adorned with cryptic symbols, hinting at the sinister secrets concealed within. Curiosity overpowered her caution, and Sarah opened the book. Words written in an ancient language seemed to crawl and writhe on the pages, almost as if they were alive. Unaware of the consequences, she read a passage aloud. In that moment, the mansion seemed to come alive. The air grew colder and an eerie mist enveloped the group. Whispers became louder, manifesting into gut-wrenching cries for help. Terrified, Sarah tried to close the book, but it refused to shut. The words continued to flow, and a deep, malevolent voice echoed through the room, warning them of their impending doom. As the malevolent entity's grip tightened around Sarah, she found herself trapped and unable to escape its spectral clutches. The haunting cries intensified, sending shivers down her spine. Her friends, terrified and desperate, could only watch helplessly as they attempted to summon help from outside. As they rushed to find assistance, the group encountered a village elder who was well-versed in ancient folklore and the occult. Recognizing the grave danger they faced, the elder knew that the horrors of Blackwood Manor required the expertise of a seasoned priest, skilled in the art of exorcism. The priest arrived under the cover of night, carrying with him ancient artifacts, sacred symbols, and a profound knowledge of battling malevolent entities. He had dealt with similar evil forces before, but even he could feel the overwhelming malevolence that permeated the very walls of the cursed mansion. Gathering Sarah's friends outside the mansion, the priest performed a protective ritual, creating a sacred barrier that allowed them to observe the events from a safe distance. Inside the mansion, Sarah's fear reached its peak as she felt the entity's cruel presence grow stronger, taunting her with nightmarish visions. With candles flickering and shadows dancing on the walls, the priest ventured deep into the heart of the mansion. Each step he took was met with resistance, as if the very floor was pushing back against his intrusion. Nevertheless, he persisted, determined to save Sarah and her friends from the clutches of the malevolent entity. Finding Sarah in a state of terror and despair, the priest began the exorcism ritual. His voice echoed through the mansion, resonating with ancient power and divine authority. He wielded the sacred artifacts, reciting prayers and incantations to banish the malevolent presence that had tormented the innocent souls within. As the exorcism intensified, the mansion trembled and shook, as if it were at war with the forces of light and darkness. Shadows writhed and twisted, attempting to break free from the priest's grasp. But he stood firm, his faith unyielding, as he called upon divine protection to shield him from the malevolence. The priest's voice grew stronger, a beacon of hope within the suffocating darkness. Sarah felt a glimmer of strength returning as she clung to the belief that salvation was within reach. The entity's grip weakened, its malevolent power waning as the sacred rites took effect. In a final, awe-inspiring surge of divine energy, the priest commanded the malevolent entity to leave Sarah and her friends. A deafening howl reverberated through the mansion, and the malevolence began to dissipate, forced to retreat into the shadows from whence it came. As the darkness receded, the mansion returned to an eerie stillness, and the haunting cries ceased. Sarah was finally free, saved from the clutches of the malevolent entity by the unwavering faith and courage of the priest. Exhausted but victorious, the priest led Sarah and her friends out of Blackwood Manor, their faces pale and shaken but filled with gratitude. The cursed mansion stood quiet and foreboding, its secrets buried deep within its walls once more. From that day on, Blackwood Manor remained a place of legend and cautionary tales. The village elder and the priest kept the memory of that fateful night alive, warning future generations to heed the warnings of forbidden places and to never underestimate the malevolence that could lie in wait in the darkness. And so, the legend of Blackwood Manor continued to haunt the hearts of those who dared to listen, a chilling reminder of the horrors that can be unleashed when darkness collides with the divine. The village respected the priest for his bravery and praised him for saving Sarah and her friends, yet the fear of the malevolent entity remained, a reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. But Sarah and her friends emerged from the ordeal stronger, their bond tighter than ever, and their belief in the power of light over darkness unshakable. They vowed to carry the memory of that night with them, not as a nightmare, but as a testament to their resilience and the strength they found within themselves and each other. And as the years passed, the legend of Blackwood Manor would fade into history, but the lessons learned from that fateful night would live on, passed down through generations, forever woven into the fabric of the ancient forest.